Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stampin' Your Creations. Welcome. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. And I am going live tonight. So my apologies, I was planning on going live at 7, but my husband messaged me and we had an appointment. So I didn't think I'd have time to get home and get supper made and get live, and I had not cut any of the cardstock for tonight. So my apologies. And then of course when I went to go log in, it had to do an update on my software that I use for this. So as you jump on, say hello and say welcome so I know where you are from. No, tell me where you're from and I will welcome you. It's been a day. Yeah, so if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I have some really pretty cards to show you tonight. They are from Charming Day, which is also the stamp set that we're using for our elite group this month. So hello, Charlene, welcome back. And Joanne is here as well. So we are using Charming Day tonight. It is one that I am using for the elite group this month. So you're going to get a double whammy if you signed up for elite group. You're going to get those cards pieces in the mail, and you're going to get the video. And then I'm going to show you these ones, and if you place a $35 order with me tonight, before shipping, handling, and taxes, I will send you the card bits to make these cards. So, but I'm going to warn you, you're going to want the stamp set and the dies. Now, the suite is unavailable. I think some of the dies I believe are on back order, not available. But we have this really cool system where you can actually ask it to tell us when it's available again, and it will notify you, and then you can place your order. So I'm just trying to get some of the glue off my desk. I didn't realize it had this much glue on it. So yeah, so we're gonna make some really cool cards. So as you are watching, just hop on, say hello, and let me know where you're from. If you're watching this on a replay, #replay. I have a very sore throat tonight. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what is happening. I hope I'm not, because I really don't have time for that. I am trying to get all the classes out the door first of next week. So that would be Christmas in July. That's a sunflower class. That's the elite group. That's the in color club. So I have 4 classes to get out the door. Wish me luck. And my order that was missing for the last several weeks finally showed up the other night. So I still need to go through all of that and do all the fun things. Sorry, my desk has got some bumps and lumps in it. All right, so let's get started. Hello, Irene. Sharon is here. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get started. And sorry, I just have to bear with me. This is really driving me. I have to spend some time to reorganize my working area here because it's not happening. Okay, let me get myself organized here. I feel very distracted today. Holiday Caddy for you, Joanne. If you're not a demonstrator, will be the beginning of September. I am going to send out a sign up. Hello, Colleen. I'm going to send out a sign up list here in the next day or two for you to reserve your catalog. If you've ordered with me, I'm going to order you one anyway. It's just super helpful for me if you put your name on the list so that I don't miss anybody, because my brain these days is pretty full. And I don't want to miss anybody sending the catalog out. So I will put out the list. If you could just go ahead and put your name on there, and I'll make sure that you get one. As a demonstrator, we can see it at the end of July, and then we can order the beginning of August. So that's one of the great perks about being a demonstrator, is you get that 1 month early access to see and order items. So if that interests you and your wish list is really big, let's talk, because sometimes it's well worth it to take that path. Not always, but most times it is. Okay, so if that's of interest, let's chat. Okay, because I think a lot of people have a perception of what it is to be a demonstrator, but they really don't know the full picture. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware. Okay, what you come for? What you come for, friends? You came to watch me create something with Charming Day. So if you're just hopping on, you may have missed me say that this is also the suite that I am focusing on for the elite group. So if you signed up for Elite for July, your card bits are hopefully going to head out to the mail next week. And so you're going to get a double whammy. You are going to get the card bits for your Elite group, but if you place an order with me of $35 or more before shipping and taxes, I'm going to send you the card bits from tonight's cards as well. So you're going to get a 2-for-1 deal on that. So Charming Day is an amazing, amazing stamp set. I know it's a floral set. I know, I hear ya, but this is a really nice floral set. And again, if you know me, you know me. You know I'm a font snob, right? So, and then I have to change out these dies because these are really cheap ones that I got. Not dies, sorry, not the dies, the magnetic sheets. I was staring at the dies. So these are the dies that go with the stamp set. I'm in love with these, okay? Absolutely in love. And you can see I haven't even used some of the stamps yet. So I'm going to be using those, and I'm going to be using the Everyday Arches as well on one of the cards. So if you follow me, you know one of the things that I do is I always start with the card that I think I'm going to like the least. Well, this one I know I don't like, to be quite honest. Now, this is going to be interesting because I was supposed to be at a workshop last night, or a class last night, that my sister was hosting, and I got to be the student instead of the teacher for once, and I was so excited about it. But then we got an incredibly crazy rainstorm, and the location where she was holding this event got flooded, and they called her just as she was picking me up from work to tell us that they had to close because the building was flooded. So I was pretty disappointed. She was very disappointed. So anyway, you can't function like that, right? So anyway, so we're going to reschedule that. But all my stuff, to tell you all that, all my basic crafting stuff is at work because I took it to work to take with me to the workshop, and then I forgot to bring it home today. So it's still sitting in the bag. But anyway, okay, so let's get started. So this piece that I'm starting with is pecan pie or pecan pie. I don't know how you say it, but I say pecan pie. And I used the damask embossing folder on this one. Okay, so you can see the damask pattern. This is an amazing embossing folder. I absolutely love it. It kind of looks, well, it's a damask pattern, but honestly, if you look at it really quickly, it actually almost looks like acorns. So I love pecan pie, one of my favorite colors right now. I'm really gravitating to it, so you can imagine by spring or by fall how I will feel. This is the, what is this? This is the paper that coordinates with the suite, and it's called Floral Charming DSP. And you will get a portion of this in your Elite group. If you signed up for the Elite group, you are getting a portion of this paper. I hope it's in the box. So I'm going to use this paper, and you can always see that what Stampin' Up's been doing as of late is doing one side very printed, and the other side is going to be more of a solid color. So this is a piece of Berry Burst, believe it or not. But they've actually kind of done like a lighter on the outside, which I wish we had. I guess if I used two-tone paper, this probably would have given me that effect, but I didn't have two-tone paper in this color. So, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually just adhere this down. I have my fan going because it's very hot in here. Although it's not hot outside, it's very hot and muggy in this house. So I'm going to line this up so I know that I'm straight. And I'm just kind of putting this in the center. This design on this paper. Hi, Bev. Oh, honey, you just woke up. I'm telling you, I have been beyond exhausted for the past number of weeks. I wish actually I could just go to sleep. I want to sleep all the time. Constant, all the time. It's ridiculous. So good for you. If you are sleeping, it's because your body needed it. I'm a very strong believer in that. Okay, so there's this beautiful paper. So this is the Charming Floral. Is that what I said it was called? Floral Charming. It's really, really pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to take, this is from, what is this one from? Spotlight on Nature. We should almost play a game. If you can tell me where these things are from, you would get a prize. I would be broke, mind you, because you guys are way better at knowing the names of things than I am. My brain is too full these days. Cannot process anything. I hope that gets better in September, but okay. Excuse me, my throat's very, very sore. I don't know why. Okay. So I think it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I think tomorrow's post, you're going to want to pay attention to it because there might be a prize involved. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this about here. I think I'm going to pop this up, though, because you know what? I did not pop this up on my original card, and I think it just looks very, very plain. So I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. Has anybody not seen the Charming Day bundle? So this is an online exclusive. So I know a lot of you are like, what in the heck is an online exclusive? Well, an online exclusive, excuse me, is just that. It's online only. Okay? And so we bring out online exclusives quite frequently. I love online exclusives. I'm actually finding that I'm gravitating more to the online exclusive product than I am to, oh, I did not cut this well, than I am to the catalog items even. And I love the online exclusives because it allows Stampin' Up! To bring out newer product, fresher product, quicker. So I don't know about you guys, but I was finding, I'm not even going to mess with this because I did not die cut this very well. I don't know about you guys, but I was finding that I was getting what I wanted out of the catalog, and the catalog still had like, you know, a year to go or whatever. And I was like, I don't want anything else in the book. Right? And then I was like, oh, I still have like how many more months to go? And I didn't like it. And it was really frustrating for me. So I love the online exclusives because it gives me fresh product all the time. And I get bored very quickly. If you know that about me, I tend to just want to move on next, right? So for me, it's a great option. I was going to tell you guys something. Oh, and I don't know if you've heard the tea, but Stampin' Up's making some changes. And I'm very, very, very excited about this. But I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell you yet. So maybe I won't. Maybe I won't spill the tea. But I want you to know that there's some really exciting changes coming. And I think you'll be happy to hear about these changes because I know I was. And it might have something to do with celebration. Okay, so I'm just using my dimensional. So I die cut this out already because I figured it was kind of boring for you to sit here and watch me die cut. I find that when I watch people's videos, I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch you die cut. I know how to die cut. So I just try to do some of that ahead of time just so that it's a little bit, quicker for you. So Colleen said, tell us. Okay, so Colleen, are you familiar with what celebration was? Because this may not be a big deal for you if you're not. Those of you that have been with me for a while, or have been with Stampin' Up! For a while, will know. Celebration's a special sale that they hold. They used to do it once a year. Then they were doing it twice a year. Then they went back to doing it once a year. But it was... Hi, Rita. It's a sale where for every $75 that you purchased, you had the opportunity to purchase some items for free. So you had an exclusive book that you got to pick from. And the only way you could get these items was from placing a $75 order. And I actually loved it. I thought it was amazing. But by the end of the celebration, or a couple orders in, I felt like I had everything. And I was like, I don't want any more of this stuff. Like, I would end up with the same stamp set or packs of paper, like, 12, 13, 14 of them. And I was just like, what am I going to do with all this? I would give it away as gifts or prizes or whatever. Anyway, they have decided to eliminate that. And I know some people are really upset about that. I am not. I think that's one of the best things they could have done. I feel like that has run its course. I feel like it worked once. People loved it once. Yes, I got some free stuff when I started. Yeah, so it was probably during celebration, Colleen. And so anyway, they're going away with that. So I personally, I think it's probably one of the best decisions they've made in a long time. And so I'm super duper excited about that. And they're replacing it with something else, which I'm not going to share with you what that is yet, because I don't know how much I'm actually allowed to tell you. Because sometimes I tell you more than you're supposed to know. Okay. So I'm just using the happy birthday. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. I'm just standing here talking away, just not giving you any lowdown on what I'm doing. So I just used early espresso, and I'm doing it on crumb cake paper. And I had my really nice paper snips, and they're in my bag that's at work. Where's my caca scissors? Here's my caca scissors. So I'm going to actually do this because I like cutting up. I like cutting up my sentiments. Except for I maybe messed that one up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do happy. I'm going to do birthday. I'll put this back because I don't think I need that one anymore. So I told you I'm starting with the card I like the least, right? I think I told you that. I hope I did. So I'm going to show you the original card. I know, but Heather, I think you're going to like this other option better. I think you will. I'm excited to see kind of how it all comes to be. But I think, honestly, I think for a lot of us, I think it's better than Celebration. So I'm excited. Okay. So what I'm going to actually do is on my original card, I used different gems, but I think I'm going to actually just use these ones. Put one there. And put one here. Okay. Okay. I think I actually like the other gems better. Okay, so here is the first card. I told you this is the card I don't like the most, right? You will miss it. I know you will, Heather, but I'm telling you, I think you're going to like this other one better. Okay, so that's my first card, or my second card. This was my original card. So I'm going to... Oh, boy. Hi, Maddie. So this is Berry Burst, which is supposed to be this color. I actually thought this color in the flowers was Rich Razzleberry. So, but apparently it's not. It's Berry Burst, I think. But you can see I used the different gems on this one. I think this is too dark, to be quite honest. I think this one is better. But which one do you like better? This one has Fresh Freesia, and this one has Berry Burst. I'm curious. Because this one I think is too dark. I like the color combo. Yeah, it's very pretty. This the browns and the pinks and the purples, and I think is like really, really nice. Fresh Freesia. Yeah. Original pops a little more on camera. Oh, does it? See, and maybe it's 2 because this one's flat. I didn't do any pop-up on this one. This one's completely laying flat. Whereas this, my fingers are not working today. This one I've like popped up. It could be the lighting too. I'm going to take both pictures of both so you can see them. But you can see how I did this one kind of over to the side, my circle, and this one I did in the middle. See the difference on that too? So not a right and a wrong. Yeah, this is very light on camera. And my lighting here, I got to do something different with my lighting. I'm hoping once my life calms down a little bit, that will be on my list. All right, so let's do my second. Let's do my second card. I'm gonna leave. There's one card that needs heat embossing, and I'm gonna leave that till the end because I have my fan on, and I have to turn my fan off to do the heat embossing. And friends, it's hot in here, and if I turn off my fan, I might pass out. So we're just gonna leave that one till the end. I have 3 cards. I don't know if I told you guys that. Did I tell you that I had 3 cards? Did I just expect you to guess? We should make a game out of that. How many cards is she going to do tonight? Well, nobody knows. Guess we'll just be surprised. Okay, so now what we're going to do. So I am using Pecan Pie. I saw this card on, I think, Pinterest. I think this is a Pinterest, and I cannot for life of me remember where or who did this one. So my apologies. I try to cite the artist if I can, or the creator, but I actually cannot remember who did this, and I went back to look and I can't find it, of course. So this is the wood grain paper, okay, and I've cut it the exact same size as my card base, which I don't generally do. I generally will leave a little bit of a border, but for this card I think it's really awesome that I can do this. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this paper. So here's another sheet of that paper. So this one has more of the oranges and the browns and the greens, like more earthy tones, I would say. More, maybe not earthy tones. Maybe that's not the right word I'm using. But natural colors? I don't know what I'd call that. And the back has mossy meadow. Is that right? Is that the right color? Mossy meadow? Yeah, mossy meadow. I thought I got the name wrong for a second. So again, you can see the one side has florals and the other side will have solids, right? So I'm going to put these two like this. And then I'm going to use my piece of Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to put it on top. Okay? Now, looking at this paper, my original card, I actually used Timid Tiger to color in my flower that I'm going to be doing. But if we would like to use a different color, we can. Because guess what? We can do whatever we want. Because just because I did one card, that does not mean we have to do all the cards like that. So, Timid Tiger is the one I did before. So the real trick with this one is making sure that your paper is on here straight. Okay. And then I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock. And the reason I'm using this Pretty Peacock is just to kind of clean up this seam, right? Because, I mean, I could leave it like that, but it doesn't look very finished. So if I cover it like such, then it kind of cleans up that seam and makes it just look a little bit more finished. Okay. I'm going to do some stamping on here. This is, again, from Spotlight on Nature. So you see me use Spotlight on Nature dies a lot. There's a reason for that. It's because I love them, and they are very, very versatile. And they have so many different sizes that I find it's really, really awesome to create with. I'm just trying to get my... Oh, here's a block right here in front of me. I'm struggling to get a block out, and meanwhile, there's one right smack dab in front of me. Okay, so I'm using my glass mat to line that up. I'm just going to use my Memento Black. If you guys are commenting, oh, sorry. Do you like those, Judy? I did those. You can't tell on camera because the lighting's bad, but I did them so they're darling duckling. And my daughter was she's at another station getting hers done. She came in after me because she was at work. And she's like, wow, those are really, really bright. And I was like, I know, but I want them to be darling duckling to match my elite group, or my in color class this month. And she's like, oh. And I said, do you not like them? And she goes, oh, I like them. But she said, that's pretty wild for you. I'm like, I know. It is, isn't it? But I said to her, it's not permanent. In 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever I decide to go back, whatever, they come off. So, I wasn't too worried about it. Okay, so now, this is my absolute favorite stamp in the set. So I'm going to stamp this in black, that I just put away. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's just awesome. Isn't that just awesome? You gotta love it. This is why you always keep baby wipes close by. Right? For stamping emergencies. Like this. Where you put your entire finger in the ink pad. Because it's kind of how I roll, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to use my basic black, or Memento Black. I haven't called this basic black in a hot minute, but Memento Black. Okay. And I'm going to stamp this as such. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow, which is that one, and my Mossy Meadow, which is this one. And I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow here, and I'm just going to go over the veins. As such. So if you were wondering, you can purchase this stamp set alone. You don't want just the stamp set. You want the stamp set and the dies together, because together they're amazing. So the bundle, stamp set and dies, are $72. If you want the DSP, it's $17. And if you want the stamp set, dies, DSP, the ribbon, which is right here, this amazing ribbon, and these embellishments, it's $118.75. Okay. Okay, so I'm using Mossy Meadow. And I'm doing my leaves, and then I need to decide on a color for my flower. So my, oops, I missed one. My original card has got Timid Tiger, and it did turn out quite lovely. But if we want to do a different color, now would be your opportunity to suggest that. Okay. Oh, I missed another one. Boy, I'm not really on the ball tonight, am I? Must be because I'm so tired. We had a farm emergency last weekend, and we didn't get to bed until after 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think 3:30. And then Saturday, we had to be up and going because we had an appointment Saturday morning. And then Saturday afternoon, we went and laid down for a nap. It was only a 2-hour nap. And boy, did I ever need it. Okay. Sorry, I know this part's really boring, but I really want to take my time doing these leaves because I really don't want to mess them up. But I am going to die cut these out. Just giving you guys an option to pick a different color. Does anybody have a different option besides Timid Tiger you would like me to do the flower in? Or I'm going to proceed with Timid Tiger. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody out there? Okay, Timid Tiger it is. Ready, set, here I go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw Timid Tiger, I was like, I don't know. How do I feel about that one? I'm not so sure how I feel about that one. And then I started playing with it and I started using it. And I quite liked it. And I think with this card, I think it works quite nicely. So, question. Are you guys getting my posts? Timid Tiger works. Thank you, Bev. Are you guys getting my posts about my cows? Are you liking them? I don't hear much. I posted about Mask yesterday. She's pretty cute. We like her. We had a set of twins the other night. Another set of twins. We've had a few sets of twins actually. And pretty stinking cute. So I'm just going around the outside of the flower just to do some shading. You probably think you can't see anything, but trust me, you can. I love reading your cow stories. Okay, good. Because I like posting them. There's always a new challenge. Actually, Maya and I had checked cows the other night, and there was a cow having her calf, and poor Owen was trying to get hay bales off the field, and we had to go get him because we thought this cow was not going to have her baby, and he ended up pulling it out right in front of us. A little red white guy. Are twins common? They can be. We get probably about, on average, 3 or 4 sets a year out of our 100. We don't love twins, to be quite honest, because they're a lot of work. Because generally, the moms don't take both. So, so you end up bottle feeding one, usually. Sometimes we hit it lucky and they take both. But, not always. Okay, so I'm just die cutting this one. So I think as of today, because we came home and we had another baby while we were all at work. So my son was working too today. And we had another baby. And everything was okay, so that's good. So I didn't even ask what it was or color. I usually ask, did we have any babies? The answer is yes or no. What's the color? Because if it's just black, I'm like, that's boring. And then is it a boy or girl? Those are usually my questions. It is sad, Bev, because, you know, the poor little things, like, they've done nothing wrong, but sometimes the moms can't actually physically even like feed two, right? Like they don't have enough milk. So then the little guys, they struggle a little bit until they get old enough. So sometimes it's okay because then we can bottle feed them, making sure they're getting enough nutrients. And then as they get older, then we can put them out to the field and they get smart and they know how to steal. So you'll go up, like you'll go through the field and you'll see one mom with like 3 babies on her and you're like, pretty sure you don't have 3 babies. So it is kind of funny to watch, but yeah. So I'm just using Wink Estelle on here if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, because here I am just not even giving any instruction tonight. I'm just kind of like doing my own thing, like I'm here crafting all by myself. Okay, so I'm going to put this thanks and my circle right here in the middle, and I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to do this. Oh, my throat's very sore. I hope I'm not getting sick. Okay. So that's going in the middle. Then I'm going to take this one. I don't know why I'm doing that when I can just do this. Okay. Now, I'm going to use these. So these are the gems that actually come with the suite. So if you purchase the whole suite, these are the gems that are included. And they're iridescent, which is really, really fun. Am I doing another contract? No. So in September, I will be unemployed. So I'm excited to be done, to be quite honest. I'm just done. I need some mental rest. But I'm done in September. First weekend of September, and then I'm gone to the cottage with some of my team. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so here's the card. So this is the one I did last week. I don't even know when I did this. Last week, I guess. And this is the one I just did tonight. So it's very simple, very pretty card. And the Wink Estelle just adds to it, right? Okay, now. Last card. Now this one does need heat embossing, so I'm probably going to have to turn my fan off. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to use the Everyday Arches. I've got soft sea foam for these ones. I'm going to use, this is Fresh Freesia, is my card base, and I've embossed it with the exposed brick embossing folder. This card probably is one of my favorites, actually, to be quite honest. It's really pretty, and I was actually thinking about making a bunch of them for my thank you cards for my customers. Yeah, I really like it. So this one is my Fresh Freesia, and I've embossed it with the, what did I say? Exposed brick. I have my Mossy Meadow, and this is the Everyday Arches. I just got this one. I don't know what took me so long, but I just got this one. And then I've got the larger size. So the Everyday Arches, just so you can see how many arches you get in here, because I actually didn't realize that you got this many arches, which is maybe what kind of, look at how many arches you get. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 10. Ha, look at me, I can count. So you get quite a few, right, of those Everyday Arches. They were on back order for a while there because everybody was using them. And I was like, I don't get those. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I get those. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to do something that's going to make you guys just go, what in the heck is she doing? And that was, what I did was just really silly. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't put my stamp set away. Sometimes I actually amaze myself, I gotta tell you. Okay, so I'm going to take my Everyday Arches, I'm going to take my Charming Day stamp. You guys are going to be like, what? And I'm going to actually stamp this here. I have to be very careful where I stamp that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my, what color did I do this in actually? I think maybe Pretty in Pink. Did I do Pretty in Pink? Flirty Flamingo? Okay, this is what I did. Pretty in Pink. Okay, so I did it in dark Pretty in Pink. And using my chisel end, I actually went over and I just did the lines. So for those of you that don't like coloring, and I know there's a few of you out there, this is a really, really great alternative. So I'm trying to decide what I use next week. Is there anything anybody would like to see used next week? I was thinking about doing notes and totes because I made some really awesome cards about a month ago. And I've done nothing with them. They're still sitting here waiting to be showcased. I was actually going to do a class on them. And then Tamara is doing a class on it. And if you saw Tamara's post today, so Tamara Bertram, she's a really good friend of mine. She's a demonstrator from out west. Her and I tend to do the very, very similar type cards without knowing, which is so funny because I'll do a Magical Monday or something and then she does hers and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the exact same card I just did. Or I just did that card, or it's really funny. Anyway, and she actually said that on her post today, which I thought was hilarious. And I'm going to use Lemon Lolly on my leaves. I know, this is weird. You're like, what is she doing using Lemon Lolly? Trust me, it's okay. It will be okay, I promise. So I was going to do a class on this Notes and Totes class, or bundle, but then I saw Tamara was doing one. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But Tamara and I think very much alike. It's like we share a brain sometimes, which is actually kind of scary. So I designed the cards and then I was like, no, I'm not doing a class on that. So I was thinking about doing that. But there's all sorts of different options. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my die. I'm going to die cut this out. Okay, so bear with me while I go behind here and I die cut this out. I've not left you, I promise. Okay. Okay, here you go. So sometimes I start feeling very, very frugal. So now what I'm going to do is I've got my fresh freesia. I've got my everyday arches. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to glue down my everyday arches. Now, I want to make sure my everyday arches is glued down well. And I know this is embossed, so I just want to make sure I'm putting enough glue down. And why? Because it needs to get into all the cricks and crays. What are the options? Judy, the options for what, honey? I forget what I just said. Oh, what are the options for stamp sets or for me to do? I have a lot of what's already in the book or online. So if there's something you're like, oh, you know what, I'd like to see a sample done with X, Y, and Z, throw it out there and I'll let you know if I have it. Because I have a lot. So you'll see what I did. I used the paper from here to do this, but then I'm just going to cover it up. So that's really a frugal way of crafting. Our paper has gone up in price. We need to use it very wisely. This is how we use it wisely. And I just realized I glued this down. I should not have glued it down yet. But anyway, that's fine. So now comes a time I have to turn off my fan because the time has come to do some heat embossing. I need to put my stamp set back on the block. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, friends, I can't get sick. I've been doing the oil of oregano all day. Hot tea. If anybody has any remedies, bring them on. Okay, corn flour I do not have, Joanne. Sorry. It's on my list to get, but I have not purchased it yet. I think actually when I went to go order, it was on back order, to be quite honest. Because I really like the corn flour. Okay. I'm going to heat emboss here. So I've done my my buddy. I'm going to actually open this up so that I can. Okay, so I'm doing my Versamark. Then I'm coming over here. I should not have glued this down, but I did, which was really silly of me, actually. I'm going to pour my embossing powder. That was my embossing buddy, is what I just used. I'm going to flick that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my heat gun. You guys are still with me. And I'm going to heat this. So I don't know if you can see. It's going to take a second, but it's going to go from a powder to a liquid. It takes a second for the heat gun to warm up, but once it starts, then it just goes. There it goes. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to put some stuff away here for a second because this is going to get messy if I don't. And if you know me, you know, more times out of not, I'm going to make a mess. If you know, you know. So I showed you this tray last week, and I love the fact that I can just twist this off as opposed to having to pull. I'm going to use my brush. And I'm going to clean this all up. Okay. Now, do I get this all off all the time? No. And that's okay, but I'm going to actually just use my baby wipe when I'm off camera, and I will clean that up a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Put this up here so it's out of the way. Now, I need my bone folder, which is actually at work, which is very problematic. Okay, so now where's my flower? So I'm going to put this flower here. I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to take my soft sea foam and place that one there. I'm going to take this soft sea foam. I'm going to place it there. Okay. What do you think? So let's pop this one up. Okay. And my sisters are having a heyday chatting, actually. I can hear my phone ding, ding, ding. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take my Tombow. Oh, I need to turn my fan back on is what I need to do. Okay. Now, I know those are different pinks. It doesn't matter. That's the whole beauty of Stampin' Up! Right? Is our colors coordinate. Oh, that's not the lid. Okay. Now, I think this ribbon that I'm going to use is retired. I don't care. Don't care. You know why? Because we all have ribbon. We all have oodles of ribbon, if you're like me. I got me some significant amounts of ribbon. Okay, my hands are not working. I feel backwards today for some reason. There. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay. Now, where's my scissors? Right here. Scissors. Scissors. I'm going to use a glue dot. Glue dot. I'm going to go there with the glue dot. There. I don't think that's where my thing was on the last one, but that's okay. On this one. There. There you go. Oh, wait, I forgot my gems. Wait. Wait. We forgot gems. So, I don't know if these are retired or not. Doesn't matter. We all have beautiful gems that we can use. Put it there. Like that. Okay? Do you like that one, Bev? Now, if you're mailing this, you probably want to be careful because this bow is going to be a problem. Okay? And then here is my original one I did yesterday. Or not yesterday, last week. Okay? So you can kind of see they're similar. A little bit different. Are you guys still with me? Okay, so now that's it. That's all I have for these ones. Now, if you're in the elite group, you're getting what? 3 or 4 cards. I can't even remember what you're getting for those ones. But you're going to get all the bits. Okay? So if you want these bits, you have to place a $35 order with me before Sunday. Okay? So, can you see these? I'm going to take away the ones I did before, because that's not really fair. There. Okay? So, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Thanks, Joanne. She's a beautiful card. Okay, if you guys want to vote, Go ahead. Doesn't get us anything. I'm just curious to see which one you like the most. And I will take pictures so you can see them up close, because I think the lighting on this video is probably pretty wacky. Hi, there's my sister. I was just saying my sisters were having a chat fest. 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3, 1. Colleen says 3, 1, and 2. This one's my favorite. I do love this one. I don't know how I feel about this one. Jury's still out. Joanne says 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Is there anything specific that you like about one over the other? I'm always curious. I'm going to take close-up pictures so you can see them, because I do think the lighting plays real havoc on the card. So I think once you see them up close, 3-way tie for me. Those are stunning. Aw, thank you. Thanks. Julie. Oh, hi, Julie. I didn't see you. 2, 3, 1. I love this one. Kathy says 3, 2, 1. And Maddie says 3, 2, 1. A lot of you guys like the 3, 2, 1s. So I'm curious. What makes 3. This one I think it's too busy or something. I don't know what it is. There's something about that card I just, You know what I mean? You ever have those cards you go, That's one of them for me. So again, this suite is called Charming Day. Yeah, it's honestly, I have to work on my lighting. Fernanda and I were talking about that last night at dinner. I said I need to get better lighting, because I like this light, but I need better lighting because it really does skew the pictures and stuff. So I need to invest in something. Oh, that's why. I thought I missed you altogether. Okay, well that's okay. Well, thank you for coming. And you know what? It's okay if you're late. We don't take attendance. I won't send you to the principal's office or anything like that for showing up late. I'm just so grateful that you're here, because I appreciate it. So if anybody has any suggestions for next week, I don't have the cornflower. I would like the cornflower. I don't have it. Let me know, because I'm always looking for ideas. I do like the notes and totes, but honestly, the one I did for notes and totes, it's a lot of die cutting. Like a lot of die cutting. Like an insane amount of die cutting, actually. But the cards are really super cute. So, Charming Day bundle, $72. The DSP is $17. If you want to buy the whole thing, it's $118.75. Okay, and I will send you all the things you need to make these cards. For any orders over $35 before shipping and tax. All right, I am going to come back Monday with something. I have no idea what yet. Monday's so far away. I'll figure it out. And then I will be back next Thursday. Will we be back, Fernanda? I have to take Fernanda to London, so we may or may not be back. We should be back. We'll see. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. If you're watching this on a replay, #replay, and we will see you Monday for sure. All right. Bye, everybody.